Whispers in the dark. In the golden corridors of Chinese entertainment, there are always secrets. Scripts hidden in drawers. Deals whispered behind glass doors. Careers shaped in silence before they are ever celebrated in headlines. And lately, there's been one secret that refuses to stay hidden. The rumor spreads quietly, carefully, like fire under ash. At first, it was nothing more than speculation. Then, hints began to appear, a change in Kai's public statements, a spark in Tan Songyun's interviews, the sense that something bigger was happening beyond the cameras. Tonight, we reveal what insiders are only just beginning to piece together. Kai and Tan Songyun are building their own production company. Not for vanity, not for power, but for legacy. The stars before the spotlight. Before the lights, before the awards, before the magazines called them icons, there were two young dreamers. Kai, a boy from Guangdong, tall and restless, who stumbled into modeling, then into acting, never quite fitting the mold, never quite content to be told, "This is all you can be." Rejection greeted him more often than applause. He spent days waiting for callbacks that never came, nights asking himself if he belonged in this world at all. But where others might have walked away, he sharpened himself, waiting for the right moment to strike. Tan Songyun, born into performance, with a face that radiated warmth and a spirit that refused to dim. She endured years of small roles, often overlooked, her talent underestimated. The industry valued flash and novelty, but Tan Songyun offered something rarer, sincerity, depth, a kind of acting that could pierce through the screen and touch the soul. She learned patience. She learned resilience. She learned how to carry herself with quiet strength. 2 journeys, 2 battles, and one destiny that would bring them together. When worlds collide. When Kai and Tan Songyun first shared the screen, sparks flew. Not the kind of sparks a director can stage or a script can demand. This was real, raw, electric, undeniable. Audiences felt it. Critics noted it. Fans refused to let it go. Suddenly, 2 separate stars had fused into something greater, something brighter. But behind the scenes, beyond the fan fiction and headlines, something deeper was happening. Trust. Respect. A rare bond in an industry often ruled by rivalry. Kai admired her discipline, her ability to ground even the most chaotic set. Tan Songyun respected his hunger, his refusal to let setbacks define him. Together, they became more than co-stars. They became a force. And together, they began to dream. The seed of an idea. For years, Kai voiced frustration at the system. Brilliant scripts were shelved because they were not marketable. Talented actors were overlooked because they did not fit the latest trend. The industry, he felt, was losing touch with the art. Tan Songyun felt it too. She had seen promising projects torn apart by corporate interference. She had watched artistry reduced to formulas. For her, acting was never just about fame. It was about storytelling, truth, the kind of work that lives long after the cameras stop rolling. And so, late-night conversations began. Quiet at first. What if we created something of our own? What if we stopped waiting for permission? What if, instead of being shaped by the industry, we shaped it ourselves? The seed of an idea took root, building in silence. They knew they could not rush. A production company is not a drama you can film in 3 months. It is an empire, and empires require foundations. So they worked in silence. Meetings held in unmarked offices. Scripts reviewed behind closed doors. Legal teams drafted contracts, while confidants were sworn to secrecy. Even their closest colleagues only caught glimpses: a late-night phone call, a sudden trip overseas, a stack of documents carried under Kai's arm. To the public, it looked like nothing was happening. In truth, everything was. They reached out to directors who had long been silenced. They contacted writers whose scripts had been rejected for daring to be different. They searched for young actors, raw talent waiting for a chance. They promised them freedom, opportunity, respect. Slowly, the company began to take shape. Not yet a building. Not yet a logo. But alive. Beating, breathing. A different kind of power. The entertainment industry is a battlefield of giants. Massive corporations with decades of experience, endless budgets, and global reach. To challenge them is to risk everything. But Kai and Tan Songyun are not motivated by money alone. Their power lies in something the corporations cannot manufacture: authenticity. Their bond. Their story. Their fans. Already, they have one of the most devoted followings in Asia. Millions who believe in their vision, who trust their choices, who are ready to support whatever bears their name. That kind of loyalty cannot be bought. It must be earned, and Kai and Tan Songyun have earned it tenfold. When they step forward with their company, they will not stand alone. They will carry with them the hopes of their fans, the trust of their colleagues, and the eyes of an industry watching closely. The first projects. Whispers suggest that the first projects are already underway. Not just one, but several. Carefully chosen stories that reflect their values: courage, sincerity, love, truth. One insider claims the first series will spotlight young talent, giving a platform to new faces instead of recycling the same familiar names. Another whispers about a film that blends traditional Chinese storytelling with modern themes, designed to reach not just national, but global audiences. And then, there are rumors of a project starring Kai and Tan Songyun themselves. A drama unlike anything they have done before. A love story not manufactured for ratings, but born from the truth of who they are. If that rumor is true, it could become the defining project of their careers. Risks and resistance. But not everyone is celebrating. The old guard, the entrenched corporations, are watching with unease. For decades, they have controlled the industry, dictating what stories are told, who gets cast, and how success is defined. The idea of two actors, no matter how popular, building their own rival company threatens that balance. Already, there are whispers of resistance. Obstacles being placed quietly in their path. Offers withdrawn. Partnerships delayed. But Kai and Tan Songyun have faced resistance all their lives. They are not here to ask for permission. They are here to claim their place. The legacy they seek. At the heart of all this, there's a question. Why? Why risk everything they have already achieved? Why step into the fire when they could simply enjoy the fruits of fame? The answer is simple. Legacy. Kai and Tan Songyun do not want to be remembered only as actors. They want to be remembered as visionaries, builders, dreamers who gave back more than they took. They want to leave behind not just dramas, but an empire. Not just awards, but opportunities for generations to come. And perhaps in this company, they see more than business. They see family. They see their shared future, their combined destiny, made permanent in something the world cannot ignore. The secret is out. The time will come when the announcement is official. When the world will see the logo, the press release, the red carpet unveiling. That day will be historic, not just for Kai and Tan Songyun, but for the industry itself. For now, it remains a secret. A dream whispered in corridors, planned in silence, built brick by brick. But soon, the silence will break. And when it does, Kai and Tan Songyun will not just be stars. They will be architects of a new era. The night of the hidden boardroom. Picture this. A tall glass building in Shanghai. It is late. The city hums with neon and restless traffic, but one floor of this building glows with quiet intensity. Behind tinted glass, Kai leans forward at the head of a long table. His usual charm has been replaced by something sharper: determination. Documents are spread before him. Budgets, scripts, blueprints for the future. Beside him sits Tan Songyun, her expression calm but resolute. In her hand, a pen, circling phrases in a script draft. She is not here as an actress tonight. She is here as a co-founder. Around them, a handful of trusted allies. A director blacklisted years ago for refusing to compromise. A young screenwriter whose words were once dismissed as too unconventional. A cinematographer whose passion for art clashed with studio demands. These are not the elite the industry parades at award shows. These are the forgotten, the underestimated, the silenced. And now, Kai and Tan Songyun are giving them a seat at the table. It is past midnight when Tan Songyun finally speaks. "This company cannot be about us," she says softly. "It must be about stories. Stories that last." The room falls silent. Then Su Kai nods. And in that moment, the vision sharpens. The script's in the drawer. Every actor knows the heartbreak of a script that will never see the light of day. Masterpieces buried because they don't fit a market trend. Stories silenced because they dared to be bold. Su Kai remembers reading one such script years ago, a tale of brotherhood and betrayal set in ancient China. He had dreamed of playing it, but the project was killed before cameras ever rolled. Tan Songyun, too, remembers a script that haunted her, a modern drama about grief and healing, too raw for producers who wanted only glossy romance. She had wept when she read it, only to be told, "Audiences won't watch this." Now those scripts and dozens more like them are resurfacing, brought out from dusty drawers, laid on tables in Su Kai and Tan Songyun's private office. For the first time, the fate of these stories will not be decided by faceless executives. They will be decided by storytellers. Resistance grows. But word travels fast in the entertainment world. Though no official announcement has been made, competitors are already uneasy. Quiet calls are being placed to block potential partnerships. Rumors spread that Su Kai is overreaching, that Tan Songyun is naive, that the couple is destined to fail. Some even whisper that major corporations might blacklist them, cutting them off from resources, hoping to suffocate their vision before it can bloom. But what these corporations forget is that Su Kai and Tan Songyun are not alone. Their fans, millions strong, already sense that something is stirring. Online forums buzz with speculation. Why hasn't Su Kai signed a new drama? Why is Songyun turning down so many offers? Are they planning something bigger? And when the fans finally discover the truth, no blacklist in the world will be strong enough to stop them. The Dream Project. Among the growing whispers, one rumor is louder than the rest. That Su Kai and Tan Songyun are developing a drama starring themselves. Not a light romance, not a predictable formula, but a raw, powerful love story, written with layers of truth. Insiders claim the script mirrors their own journey. Two individuals, scarred by rejection, finding strength in each other, then daring to build something greater than themselves. It would not just be a drama, it would be a manifesto. And if this project becomes real, it will not simply be entertainment. It will be history, the weight of legacy. In quieter moments, when the meetings end and the cameras are gone, the couple returns to a simple question. Why us? Why should they be the ones to challenge an industry built over decades? Why should they carry this burden when they could simply enjoy fame, wealth, and comfort? But then they think of the younger generation. The boy rehearsing monologues alone in a rented apartment. The girl writing screenplays on the back of her school notebooks. The thousands of voices dreaming of a chance they may never get. And suddenly, the answer becomes clear. They are not doing this for themselves. They are doing this for the dreamers who will come after. The dawn before the storm. The silence will not last much longer. Insiders predict that by next year, the announcement will come. A name, a logo, a statement that will echo across the industry. Su Kai and Tan Songyun will step into the light, not as actors for hire, but as architects of their own empire. The corporations will fight back. The media will swarm. The fans will erupt in celebration. But one thing is certain. The moment the curtain rises, the industry will never be the same again. Su Kai, Tan Songyun. Two names that once belonged only to the screen. Now, names that may define the future. The empire is rising. And the world is not ready.